Okay, today we are playing a game on Hollywood. The average SR of this game was 2,220, and we will be playing Zenyatta on defense and Moira on attack. And our current team composition is Orisa, Zarya, Bastion, Torbjorn, Mercy, and Zenyatta. So we've got both the turret heroes, which is less than ideal, I would say. If they have a Pharah, we're going to be really upset about that one. Hopefully we as Zenyatta would be able to deal with that. It's less than ideal. It's not fantastic. Also, you know, generally you don't want your team to be full of static defenders, because if you have to move, it's really bad. Or if they just, kill one person, it all tends to start falling apart very quickly. And this is pre-Mercy nerf. It would be even worse now with the Mercy nerf, where turtling up super hard is, scarier when teams that are just, like, so focused around, like, defending, like, all static defenders, it's just like, one thing falls apart, it's all over. If Mercy can res the person, alright, then okay, fair enough, it gives it a little bit of extra padding, but, like, now, that just doesn't really happen either, so it's not great. It's not great. This is pre-Mercy nerf, by the way. I forget if I said that, even though I would have said it, like, less than a minute ago. I don't know. Look, don't even worry about it. So, Zarya is, like, only just arriving because, they're real slow at picking the hero they want to play, which is, you know, that's cool. It's alright, they got here in time. We've, have got Discord Orb on us right now. When you've got Discord Orb on you, you don't really want to stand out in the open with it on. Like, if you have the opportunity to just kind of break it, that's usually better. Especially if you're a, generally easy-to-kill hero like Zenyatta. Though, if stuff's happening at the same time, you don't usually have the luxury, but things are, like, pretty chill right now. So, Bastion's getting fucked right over there on the right side of us. He's moving over there. D.Va just swoops in and starts dogpiling him. We don't even seem to have noticed that it's happening. We should have been helping the Bastion with that situation over there. You know, put the orb on him and then, the orb on D.Va and try to help him, but we didn't even notice it was happening, which is, you know, not good either. Our Harmony Orb is actually currently on nobody. We want to have our orbs up as much as possible, because it's just better up on somebody than on nobody. We also don't want to be down here as soon as possible. You know, we want to get back up on the balcony, because being on the low ground as Zenyatta, oh god, that's scary. We're already easy to kill as it is. We don't want to be making it easier for them and sitting down here. So we're slow to move our orb over onto the Zarya, because, she was actually low, not the Zarya, on the Orisa. We were on the Zarya. She was half elf, and we took a little while to get to it. We are super committed to charging up these orbs, even though Mercy now, like, needs the Harmony Orb more, because she's getting murdered, and then she dies regardless, because that's happening, but we're like, if he's gonna solo Earth Shatter us after after they've already captured the point, I'm okay with that, personally. We were super concentrated on still charging up the volley, and, like, we didn't, try to help. We took so long, Mercy was already dead by the time that we actually finished fully charging the volley. This is the thing with charging up volley constantly. If you suddenly need to move your orb somewhere, it can take just slightly too long. Especially if you super commit to it. In general, we're not doing a lot of, like, looking around to see if people need healing. We're very fixated on doing damage to the enemy team. And, you know, Zenyatta gets to do that, but we are still playing a support. Healing is our #1 concern. So, like, we should be, like, looking around and paying attention to see if people actually need healing or not, because it's kind of our job. We are a little bit on the close side. Now we're backing up a little bit more, because we could have been, like, over here the entire time, basically. If you get caught in the street, it's very scary as Zenyatta, because you've got a long way to run to get to safety, and Zenyatta's a very slow boy. There's a Moth floating around up there. Orisa's fucking dead now. It's alright, Mercy's gone up to heal her, to res her, and she got the Zarya helped, we helped, it's all good. So, fight's going well, actually. Don't start charging volley in this situation. I think I am of the opinion volley is not that good. And, like, right now, we should just be left-clicking on these boys instead of, like, if you're gonna peek a corner, or you're tracking someone through a corner, fair enough, but, like, if a fight's just happening in front of you, just left-click the dude. Like, it's not worth the extra effort of charging up the volley. So we're waiting for somebody to peek the corner. We won the team fight, so now we've got to wait for them to regroup again. We've got Transcendence. Transcendence is a really good ultimate, so hopefully we would... hopefully this team fight goes well, at least passingly. They, in general, don't appear to be that good based off of everything that's happened so far. I mean, look at this Reinhardt over here trying to flank while half his team is dead while he's playing Reinhardt. You know, feels good. She's upset about that one. She started that res and she was like, oh, fuck, not like this. I still think that Mercy should be able to cancel her res herself and, like, not, like, get the full cooldown refunded or anything, but there are a lot of situations where you start rezzing and you go, oh, fuck, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, Soldier's using Tac Visor. We don't use Transcendence, though, because he doesn't look like he's in a position where he's going to get anything done with it, and he doesn't get anything done with it. He, in fact, gets killed by Hanzo's scatter skill, so it's all good. It's all good. Did we have a Harmony Orb on her? No, we should be putting the Harmony Orb onto Orisa. We were trying to get it on her at the end there, but, like, even just coming up in this position, we should already be moving it onto her, because she's clearly going to be the one taking damage in the near future, but if it takes too long, she's already dead. Am I saying the Harmony Orb was going to save her in that situation? No, but the point is that you're still meant to try and save the person in case it does matter. We are in general focused a lot on doing damage. Which, you know, Zenyatta gets to do that. Very upsetting. We're, like, right at the edge of Earth Shatter, and it still just barely hit us. It's alright. They all died to Hanzo, apparently. Reinhardt got res to die again. We didn't even have to do anything. We've still got this Transcendence. There's just been no reason to use it yet. Even though they've used Tac Visor and Earth Shatter while we've had it, there's just still been no reason to use this Transcendence. Isn't it incredible? The enemy team is quite bad, is the moral of the story in this game. You know, Overwatch is that way. The enemy team can always be worse than your team. Always. My team is actually the worst. No, straw man. They can always be worse. So why have we done this? Because we just heard Dragon Blade, but, like, we can't see him anywhere. Here he comes. We use it, like, really early. I was sort of just, like, looked over at the screen like, why are we using Transcendence right now? It's because we heard Dragon Blade, but it didn't really look scary. And unless the Genji is gonna get nano boosted, he doesn't immediately kill you. So, you know, it's one of those ultimates where if you push it as soon as you hear it, it's not usually the end of the world, but, like, we showed great patience with the Soldier ultimate earlier, where we held Transcendence, but then, like, not long afterwards, we have no patience with the Dragon Blade. So, we're getting shot at by this Soldier right now. It's not a scuffle that we really want to get involved in. We are also, as we're getting into this scuffle with him, we've slowly walked out into the street. We really don't want to do that. Do not peek the corner again while you're at this low health, because you're very easy to hit as Zenyatta. We did slowly track out into the street as we were fighting him, which is bad because we want to be near cover, but, like, don't peek the corner again. As we can see from the kill cam, Genji didn't know until, like, he saw that. And then he was like, oh, look, he's almost dead. How about that? Don't peek the corner again when you're really low health. Zenyatta's easy enough to kill already. You don't need to give them any help. So we've started losing some ground now, unsurprisingly, seeing as a few people died. It's alright, the enemy teams still appear to be bad, so we can probably still bring it back, because, you know, Diva's doing that, you know, it didn't really work out super well for her, didn't do much of anything. She did lose her mech while she was doing it, so it kind of got fucked up, but, like, so Mercy's got Valkyrie, which means we get to win this team fight, because this is old Mercy. Again, like, if, you know, team fight's happening, like, there's no way Soldier peeks that corner again, and we're charging the volley, and it just ends up doing, like, I don't have volley bound to a key, because I have Discord bound to my right click, instead of, I don't have volley bound to anything. I think it is generally not helpful. The thing is that sometimes it gets you cheesy kills, and that feels good, and that can matter. But I find that more often than not, people get punished because they're using volley too frequently, or because they start using it at an inopportune time and then end up getting punished for it. Like, I'm of the opinion that usually using volley a lot tends to end up in you getting punished more frequently than it ends up getting you any, like, cheesy kills off the enemy team. If you're, like, tracking someone through a corner or you're gonna peek a corner, I guess fair enough, but, like, I don't like volley. I think people use it way too frequently in general. So we are currently, like, standing on the other side of this Orissa's shield. It's behind us right now. Just stand behind the shield. It's just... it seems simple, it seems, like, very obvious, but, like, we walked through the shield. Just stand behind the Orissa's shield so you can't get shot by the soldier. As we can see, it's all fine, and they're currently... Soldiers come up to touch the point or lose the round, but he was the only one alive, so he's gonna lose the round in spite of touching the point. Just, like, stand behind the barrier, though, so you can't get shot. Like, you didn't get shot by him, but, like, there's a barrier there. Just stand on the other side of the barrier so you can't get shot. It makes things really easy. So now we're on to the Moira segment of the game, which, as we can see, is quite short, so that should probably say something about the outcome of the game. Something was disgusting. I don't know what was disgusting, but something was. So, yeah, again, we can do this without coming into harm's way, because we could just stand in the bubble and throw it up there, and we wouldn't be exposed to any risk of damage. Which, you know, we ended up taking, and now we're all the way up here. Oh my god, phone. Calm the fuck down. I know. Look, he's upset about it as well. Hello. Oh god, that's gonna have sounded great. No. I need to actually, like, see the monitor, my friend. Oh my god, the production value. It's all gone. It's all terrible. I'm sure... Oh, so many good noises are in the microphone right now. Alright, so, we've been blasted sky high. We shouldn't be we should be getting behind cover right now. 'Cause, oh no, he throws the pizza at us. We should be, go back behind the wall and get healed. Because you don't want to... As soon as you're, like, low health, you don't want to be in line of sight of the enemy team anymore. Yeah, these guys have got shields and all that, but, like... Can you depend on a gold Reinhardt and Orisa to actually protect you from stuff anyway? Not really. As soon as you're injured, just get out of line of sight and get healed up before you come back out. Like, you know, even if, like, just take no risk. Don't even bother taking the risk. Just get out of the way. So anyway, the fight's going well, as we can see. We've still got Bastion. Bastion's killed, like, half their team because they're bad. This is how it is, you know, there's bad. We've almost got Coalescence built up, we've captured the first checkpoint, it's all good. They've got, like, no ult charge because they lost that fight quite handedly. Junkrat's probably getting close to having his ultimate, but other than that, it's probably all good. So we should be staying back on the payload right now, because we want to have 3 people on the payload if possible, because that's when it's moving at its fastest. You know, they're all off going and doing that, you know. That's their business. If they want to overextend and die, you know, they can do that. They don't even, like, that isn't even how it ends up going, which is how you know there's no justice in the world. There's definitely no justice in the world. Farah is on neither team, so she can't even bring us any justice from above. So, no justice. Yeah, they're really bad. This is the thing with defending first, is sometimes it can make it seem a little bit worse than it is. Then you switch around on the other side of the map, and you're like, this is actually, like, really easy. We don't fade in time, you know, it happens. It's okay. This is pre-nerf. Look at that. We're all alive again. Junkrat's like, of course. No, of course. That's the greatest summation of the pre-Mercy nerf was this one clip from Overwatch League. It was on the 3rd checkpoint of Nimbani. And their defending team's Zenyatta, I think, got picked off, and the commentator was like, oh, and he's gotten picked off, that's gonna be bad for them. Nope, never mind. He got revived, never mind, no problems at all. Yeah? You know, doesn't change, nope. And it's like, yeah, that's, man. Oh, I got a pick. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I used my ultimate to get a pick or 2 picks. Oh, never mind. God, those were the dark times. So this is a very like, poor use of coalescence. Like, this is a very mysterious maneuver that Reinhardt's pulled off, right? So let's go through with what happened. So he comes out on the second story, fucking Iron Man suit on up here, and he tracks along the edge, biding his time. He looks around like, no, maybe not, and then he just fucks off again. It's a very mysterious maneuver that he just performed. Like, I don't know what the plan was, and I don't know what exactly made him decide the plan was no longer viable, but it was very strange. And then we decide to use coalescence, like, now he's doing it again. Here he is. There we go. There we go. Look at that. He killed the Mercy. It only took him like 3 entire loops around the bar to get it, pull it off, and, you know, his team lost the round while he was doing it. But, hey, he did show that fucking Mercy. She got shown. People are really bad. Okay, like, people are, like, really bad. Bastion doesn't even give a shit. Fucking Pharah's ulting behind him and he just didn't even give a shit. Goddamn, that was a really stupid game, wasn't it? Oh, good heavens. Good. Oh my god. I'm just thinking about that Reinhardt right at the end. Just like doing loops around the balcony on the bar. Like, what was the plan? Well, I mean, we saw what the plan was, but it wasn't very good. And it took him a long time to get to it, making it even worse. It was very, very perplexing maneuver. Anyway, so, things that stand out the most in this game were, like, it's not much to pull out of the Moira segment of that game, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you can figure why. Based off the Zenyatta section, though, we're, like, way more focused on doing damage than we are on healing people. I know we're playing Zenyatta, so, like, you do get to do a lot of damage, but healing is still your #1 priority, so you've got to be, like, moving the Harmony Orb around and make sure it isn't falling off and stuff like that. Also, just, like, play safer. If you're on the low ground, get back on the high ground. Be, like, back the fuck up. And, careful not to, like, stray out of cover while fighting people. And be safe, and make sure that you are focusing on healing people above doing damage, because healing is your #1 priority. Even as Zenyatta, even as Lucio, healing is still your #1 priority, because you picked a healer. That's your #1 priority, and then doing damage comes secondary to that. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful. God, what a stupid game.